Hi, I'm gonna do Am I the A-hole, Reddit stuff. Am I the a-hole for cutting off my parents because they plan on leaving almost everything to my disabled brother? Okay, I'm not gonna judge right now, but that's a high, bargain you're going on. My 24 female, I'm 24 female, brother 32 male is a failure to launch. What? He's never been smart. He did badly in school and never went to college. He tried 2 different trade schools, weld and mechanic, but he basically flunked out both. He works at a gas station now. My brother and I are parents only children. Oh, our parents only children. They always treated us relatively equal until adulthood. They were always I can never say this one word. Give me 1 second. They always insisted we earn our own way. They refused to pay for our colleges or anything. I joined the military at 17, got an associate's degree while I was in, and my GI Bill went towards my bachelor's. I'm working towards my master's now. My husband and I bought a house and have done well for ourselves. My parents, however, fully paid for my brother to trade school twice. They given him cash when he was behind on rent and countless loans. They supported him cosplaying as an adult. Meanwhile, they never paid for my wedding, education, nothing. I don't really care so much that they didn't give me money, but the disparity in how they treated me versus my brother. Our parents are in their 60s now, and while they aren't that old, they're both bad. They both have bad health problems. They probably won't live another 10 years. They just recently started working on their will and notified us that they are almost leaving everything to my brother. But they want me to be their medical power of authority. The heck's that word? You can't see it. Authority. ATTORNEY. Manage their estate, etc. I told my parents to give my brother everything, and that my complete completely done with them. They told me to have some grace and understand the fact he isn't very capable and needs support, even after they're gone. My mother and had the doctor's appointment this morning and had asked me to ride since medically me for a ride because they medically can't work. I told her to ask her favorite child to pay for an Uber. Things have been tense and hostile. My brother called me and apologized and asked me not to be mad with him, but I told him that I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at our parents for not treating us equally. He didn't do anything wrong. Am I the a-hole? I meant to put disabled in the quotation. My mother refuses to my brother as disabled, even though he isn't. She's had him tested for every kind of learning disability there is. He has below the average IQ. She thinks that counts as disability, but it isn't. I'd say you're not the a-hole. You care for your brother cares about you, clearly. I don't think it's fair that your parents are giving him, majority. Your brother, if he cares about you enough, he'll share with you. Just leave your parents. Yeah, it's a great thing that you are like, no, I don't want to be in that type of, that sucks. I'm sorry. Let me look. Oh, from one. Am I the a-hole for calling off my wedding after my fiance's surprise gift? So I, 30 female, have been engaged to my fiance Mark, 32 male, for about a year, and we've been together for 3 years. I've always known Mark to be a bit unconventional. He's very creative and sometimes takes things a little too far in name of surprise or excitement. Most of the time, I love the adventurous spirit, but this time, not so much. A couple of weeks ago, we had a small get-together with some close friends to celebrate our upcoming wedding. Mark had mentioned that he had a surprise for me, which I figured would be something sweet, like a heartfelt gift or maybe romantic gesture. As the night went on, after a few drinks, Mark finally revealed his gift. He pulled out what looked like a box with from a special jewelry store. My heart raced with excitement as I assumed it was a lovely bracelet or a special memento for our wedding day. But when I opened the box, I was absolutely stunned. Inside was a key to a house he supposedly bought for us. I was taken aback, but because I had no idea he was even looking for a real estate. My first reaction was one of shock and confusion, as I thought it was a huge decision that we should have discussed together. As I processed the moment, I realized the house wasn't just any house. It was a fixer-upper on the outskirts of town. Now I get that it can be a great investment, but this particular house needed a ton of work. I'm talking major renovations and repairs. And honestly, I had no desire to live there. Mark had not consulted me at all before making this purchase, and I felt blindsided. Normally, I would be overjoyed about investing in our future together, but the fact that he had made such a significant commitment without me crushed me. I quietly took the key and told him we needed to talk about this. As we stepped outside, I expressed how much I was hurt. I felt that he had made such a big decision without discussing it with me first, and that I felt violated of trust. Mark got defensive and insisted that this was a wonderful surprise, a way for us to start our lives together. He said I was missing out on the bigger picture and that I should be excited for our future. Honestly, I just felt overwhelmed and confused. I told him I didn't think that we were ready for this, and that we should focus on our wedding first. After a heated argument, my bad. After a heated argument, I made a gut-wrenching decision to call off the wedding. Mark was devastated, and our friends were shocked. I had just ruined what was supposed to be a happy night. I felt horrible. Since then, Mark has been trying to reach out, saying he wishes we could talk it over. But I can't shake the feeling that he disrespected my feelings and my input on our relationship. I've been reflecting on whether I overreacted. Am I the a-hole for calling off the wedding after the surprise gift? Well, that was a really huge decision. I would too, honestly. He didn't talk to you about it. He didn't say anything. I know it was a gift and a surprise, but that is a crucial part in your life. And, I know it's, sweet and stuff. The house is, barely made. You can, all, make the house together. I know that part is sweet. And I know your perspective of you don't want to put that much effort in, because that is hard. And sometimes it's, for him, this perspective is you can make it all together, and spend the time together. But he had no consideration of how you would feel and stuff. He didn't think of telling you, hey, we should buy a house together or something like that. And if, he noticed you feeling really happy about that, maybe then, yeah. I'm gonna look at the comments. Oh, that's long. Okay, not the a-hole. I'm divorced now, but my ex-husband and I were married. We lived in an apartment together. We wanted to move into a house we found and fell in love with. I disagreed. It needed too much work. Didn't have the central heat slash air. Only had wood stove. It smelled awful because the previous tenant had let their hunting dogs stay locked in one of the rooms and own a large area. We were allowed in because he had things stored. We weren't allowed in because he had a lot of things stored in there, etc. He agreed with the owner to move in anyway without telling me. I told him at least we needed to get everything in writing. We were supposed to be doing we could pay the reduced amount and fix up the property, and I had concerns about it. Basically, you're just talking about your life. I'm sorry. Well, he didn't do anything in the writing and the keys and fixing up himself, again, without telling me. We ended up putting way too much money into this house, only to end up living there for about a year. Our relationship never really recovered after that. I posted as the long comment saying never stay with somebody who is willing to do whatever they want without consulting with you. It doesn't work out, and you will always resent them. That does make a lot of sense. And I'll say this person that says, yep, my soon-to-be ex-husband bought the house without my knowledge. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. That's replying. I'm gonna find one that says, yes, you are. Never mind, I can't find a thing that says you are. Good. I'm glad. Am I the a-hole for completely ending my 15 years of friendship with my friend because my friend decided to test my loyalty and friendship? I, 25 male, had a lifelong friend, 25 female, since early school days. We were incredibly close, best friends, inseparable. She came from a very difficult home situation, emotionally draining, controlling family, and overall a lot of hardship. Knowing that, I always supported her mentally, emotionally, and even financially when she needed it. She was like family to me. My bad. But around a year ago, she started acting distant, not just with me, but to our whole friend group. She constantly made excuses to avoid us, and we began noticing that she was lying about small things. We offered to help, but she refused to open up or act any differently. Then she started asking me, and only me, for money multiple times. Oh, my bad. Since I knew the situation and I was in position to help her, I never said no. I was even I even reassured her not to stress about paying me back quickly. At one point, she told me her family was in serious trouble and she needed a large amount of money. I hesitated but gave it to her because I truly believed I was helping someone I cared about. Not long after, she told us she was dating a new guy. Everything she said about him was screaming red flags. He controlled what she wore, tracked where she was, had no job, lived in a village, had a kid, had been in jail, and was divorced. All of us warned her. She insisted it was true love and said, "If you're sure and it's a and you wait, what? If you're sure and it makes you happy, go for it." I wasn't going to tell her how to live her life. Eventually, when it was time for her to pay me back, and I politely reminded her multiple times and told her I'd understand if she needed more time, she kept making excuses. Finally, she promised to send it by the end of the day. Instead that evening, I got a message from her boyfriend using her account saying he wanted to talk to me. Important note: we'd always felt that the guy didn't like our friendship and probably was jealous and insecure about it. I was in the middle of the university exam at the time, so I messaged back saying I couldn't talk right then, but I would be able in an hour. Despite that, my phone kept ringing again and again, which was incredibly disrespectful. Then, out of nowhere, I got a message from another number, still her, saying she got in big trouble, that her parents were throwing her out of the house and needed help. After suspecting her lists for months, and her strange behavior, now I instantly knew it was another lie. She clearly had a boyfriend and was trying to manipulate me. That was it. I had enough. She tried to send her boyfriend to me instead of promised money, even when I told her it was okay if she didn't have it right now. I told her I didn't like the way she was acting, and I knew she was lying, and after everything I've done for her over the years, always being there for her and helping her, never hesitating, I told her I no longer wanted to be friends with her. Later, I found out from another friend the whole time it was a test. She wanted to see if I would still help her after everything I'd already done. I was infuriated. That infuriated me more than anything. I decided that in the moment I would never contact her again, and I haven't honestly. I don't care what happens to her now. Whatever comes to her is her responsibility, not mine. So And on top of all of it, she now apparently thinks I'm a bad friend because I didn't pass her test. After all of those years of real accommodation support. So, am I the a-hole for cutting her off completely, even though she clearly still has issues in her life, and even then sees me as a villain? I don't think so. It is completely on not the right. She's shouldn't be doing the things that she's doing. She shouldn't be testing you. If she was a good friend, she would no. You've given her enough money, and honestly, you shouldn't have given her as much money as you have. If she needed that help, and she keeps going for that help, and if you see a pattern, that probably means something. And if it's just the only friend that's doing this, plus, I don't know if she's apologizing or saying, hey, I thank you, or something like that. It's not right of her. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Am I the a-hole? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!